Hey there, my friends. How are you doing today? Do you ever hear a message or a saying or something that you've heard a number of times before, but for some reason that time it just seems to take and it seems to get into your head? Well, I have one of those. Like last night, early evening, I was listening to some talks on YouTube by Wayne Dyer. Sometimes in the early evening, I just look for stuff like that, to listen to for a while. Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's podcast. It's usually after meditation, so I'm in a certain mood. And he said something last night that really struck me that I'd heard before, and that is he was talking about focusing on what you're for versus what you're against. We seem to be living in a world these days where everybody is offended by something and they're looking for things that they're offended by. And maybe, to tell you the truth, it's always been like that, and social media just amplifies it a little bit more. But if you're looking to be offended in today's world, there are no shortage of things that you're going to find to be offended by. And, if you just start thinking about it a little bit, even if you're right, even though you feel like you're righteous on the side of right, like a lot of times, like I say, it's just that framing of things against something rather than being for something. Because against something is just kind of like stating something. When you're for something, that's actually sort of a solution to problems and things that, need to be changed or taken care of. And hey, I've gotten caught up in that just as well as other people. I just don't see how people keep up the energy though for it. There are people out there that go to war every day. They're battling every single day. They're on social media, and a lot of them in their day-to-day life are just like fighting for something. I don't like this. This person says this. This person dresses like this. And it's just so energy consuming, and it sucks energy so much. So it just seems like it just makes sense to focus on the things that we're for versus the things that we're against. And he brought up a good example, and it doesn't mean like you change your values or you don't speak out. And, there's always going to be situations where you're going to speak out against things that are not right, but Mother Teresa during the Vietnam War, he told a story about how she was asked to if she would join a protest march against the war in Vietnam at the time, and she said, "No, I won't join. I don't want to join something against something." She said, "But if you have a rally for peace or a march for peace, I'd be happy to to join that." So it wasn't like she didn't see, it wasn't like she was on the wrong side of the cause or whatever, right or wrong, but it was just like she expressed that differently, and it made a lot of sense to me. So this one really hit me, and I've kind of even just it's been less than 24 hours since I listened to that. I've been out in traffic a couple of times since then. I've just been thinking about some of the content that I consume, some of even my habits online, where I'll mix it up with people on TikTok from time to time. But I've just really said, hey, that's something that I want to make a focus of mine, is to focus on what I'm for, what I can do, what I can put out positive to a situation or to anything, instead of, like I say, always being here, like talking about things I'm against. That's why on this channel, and that's another one too that I don't resonate with a lot of people, simply because I don't like that type of content either. The type where people, have the little block in the content and talk about the haters. I'd rather just interact with the people out there that I enjoy interacting with, and I'd rather, instead of focusing on haters, focusing on the people that actually do like what you're doing or do like the content you're putting out, or just if you're not putting content out, just like you as a person. So one last little thing here. This is a short one today. Another thing he said that really hit home too, and I think I'm gonna write this down. I take a lot of notes on my iPhone in my note app, and this one really this one's powerful. Everything you're against weakens you, and everything you're for empowers you. Just think about that, and if you really think about that a little bit and let it sink in, I think you'll find out that that's right. So, not so much time on the negative. Focus on that positive. Focus on what you're for, and be part of a solution to something, and just instead of just this never-ending problems. So anyhow, short one today. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. See you here again real soon. Peace.